Sounds like you guys are on a spiritual journey to food heaven. But listen, we are, of course, in a very important time. We are in the month of Ramadan. And for our Muslim viewers, I'm sure many of them are looking forward to Eid, which brings us to the kitchen and what Chef Clem Pedro has prepared. And of course, celebrations will be very different during lockdown, as has been the result with many other instances. But there might be fewer faces around the table, but that doesn't mean that that time can't be special and most importantly, very delicious as well. So Chef Clem is going to be inspiring us with a couple of recipes today, and we're starting today with a creamy prawn chaat cooked in coconut milk and served with poppadums.
Even saying that makes you like,
right? Oh, yes, I'm ready. Yes. I'm so ready. How are you, Chef?
I'm so good, how are you?
Very good. I was very impressed this morning to see you doing some curls, just getting into the mood of the day. I was like, look at them guns, man.
We get ready before the cooking segment. This doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
You have to like do some curls,
preparation,
some squats,
get in there.
Overhead presses. It's a physical activity.
Luckily, the cooking part of it doesn't require all that much exercise.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
Easier. All right, so what do we need for this prawn chaat?
Okay, so for our prawn chaat, we're obviously using these beautiful tiger prawns. I mean,
look at that.
Look at that. Can we just talk about the anatomy of the prawn very quickly?
Please, educate
us. Okay, so this is the head of the prawn.
Mm-hmm.
And very sadly, that often gets discarded and not used in the cooking process.
Oh.
But 80% of the flavor of the prawn comes from the head of the prawn. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
I never let a prawn head go to waste.
Absolutely.
I make sure I'm there.
And the Spanish call it, no, I like that you do that because you should. So imagine this is a cooked prawn, you just break that head off, and you can see that, right?
Oh, look at that.
The Spanish call that the soup of the gods.
Oh!
So, I mean, who are we to be? No. Amazing way to amplify this curry. When you're frying your onions, take the head of the prawn, break it off.
Get it in there.
Just a few of them, of them. Get it in there, just like
that.
Give
it the soup de los deos.
Guys.
What?
Taking us places. Okay, cool. So then
That's amazing.
You get that prawn in there, and then you kind of smash it up with the onions. And instantaneously, I'm smelling like...
Prawn all over my kitchen.
We're under the sea.
Oh, I love it. Oh, man.
You've
just taken me way back, man.
Oh, you're gonna sing?
There you see her, sitting there across the way.
Shalala.
She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her.
Dude, like and then
Sebastian made my life, man.
Then
all right, so you're gonna get it fried up.
Okay. The prawns are in there, the onions are in there, just to add a bit of seasoning to it. Now we can hit it with a bit of garlic and ginger.
Lovely stuff.
I mean, essential.
Yeah,
anytime you're cooking any curry dish, garlic and ginger is gonna feature. It's gonna feature. Short of the desserts. I mean, maybe, I don't know, no. But a chili going in there.
And you've gone with fresh chilies.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't discriminate if it's dried flakes, dried whole chilies, fresh. But fresh does add a bit of like a nice little freshness to it. I even like to garnish and season at the end with some more fresh chili.
If your friends like the heat, because I know that you're not scared of the heat. You carry hot sauce in your bag.
Yeah.
You work hard and you own it.
I lent mine to someone right now because they needed that bit of heat today.
Okay.
I came with extra.
Gotta be careful with that.
Chili in there. Now let's talk about our spices. Can you take one of the little round spices for me?
One of those little round ones.
It's called coriander seed. Now, one of the flavor profiles of the coriander seed is it's citrusy. Now I'm gonna ask you to take another one, and don't break this one.
Okay, I'll take one.
It's got a very citrusy flavor, and I love how Mother Nature works. Look at that little tiny guy. Doesn't it look like a little dehydrated lemon?
It really does, actually.
With the segments in place?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's got the flavor profile of citrus. Have you not... Your mind.
Let
me just pick it up for you. Let me just... There's your mind. You got it. How amazing!
That is absolutely
amazing. It's so smart.
Actually.
So it'll always remind you what the difference between coriander and cumin. Coriander, the round one, looks like citrus, has that citrus flavor. And that's what it adds to our curry.
Then, of course,
garam masala, which is a mix of various spices and herbs.
Beautiful.
Then I've got a mild curry, which is again different. This one's got fenugreek in it. Nice, subtle, almost like very floral notes. Okay. That's going in there.
Alrighty.
I love Indian food.
I can clearly see that, and how I tell is because you're not shy when it comes to mixing your spices and just kind of going at it liberally.
Yeah.
Where if you're not experienced at that, usually they'd be like, oh, you need to read a recipe and just maybe, is that too much?
Use your senses, use your eyes, use your ears, use your nose, smell, see what's happening. But the most important thing is you have to toast your spices. There's nothing worse than a raw curry when the spice is so raw. Instant heartburn. Boom.
So that's exactly what you're doing over there, essentially, right?
And by toasting, I mean you're gonna have your oil in there, and also oil is essential to a curry. Oil transfers that flavor through the curry. Without oil, you're gonna have a very insipid, bland, bitter curry. You need that oil, yeah. Okay. So when I say toast, literally, like, you know when you make a piece of toasted bread, you smell it before you see it?
Yes.
Toasting spices, you smell it, right?
Before you see it.
Yeah, and I use shallots in this recipe instead of onions. Very, very sweet. You know what a shallot is?
Shallot.
Yeah, let me hit you with that, with the shallot.
Shallots.
Shallot.
Is it raining shallots?
We just pull ingredients out of the shallot.
Okay.
Apparently these have been created specifically for chefs. Once you peel them, slice them in half, it's the easiest process to just
Not many tears there.
No, not many tears. Subtle and sweet. So if you find the flavor of raw onion quite potent, try shallot, my friend.
Are those like younger onions, or are they actually a specific group of veggies on their own apart from onions?
It's now a specific allium on its own.
Wow.
Allium, the onion family, also consisting of garlic, leeks, shallots, onions, baby onions, spring onions.
Spring onions. That's a big family.
Weird, guys.
That's a big family.
It's a big family. Okay, cool. So you get your prawns in. As soon as you get your prawns in, you want to start toasting it in that spice.
That is very impressive. Look at that. What is the secret to doing that flipping?
It's all in the wrist. It's all about the flip of the wrist.
Flick of the wrist.
So it's flick it away, and you're like, no, don't go anywhere, come back. So you're like,
that's lovely stuff.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to actually get a bit of that spice on the prawns first. Create that first layer of flavor right there. Then we're going in with some tomato paste, just like that. That's in some chopped tomatoes, canned.
There is so much flavor in this dish.
It is insane. It is so good. And I really like this dish because when I make this dish, I make like buckets of it. Because it tastes good today, it's gonna taste
tomorrow even better. I've noticed that food that's left overnight has a way of just absorbing that flavor.
Yeah.
And then with every bite, it just explodes in your mouth.
And that's what happens when you use tomato. Tomato likes to like mellow out, like take some time. And spices, spices just happen to they just change the next day. Remember we spoke about the hot tub. When you're in the hot tub, you're a bit awkward in the beginning, but then you get to know everyone.
You said that before.
You get to know everyone in the pan, and then you mellow out. Same thing with the tomato, same thing with the spices.
Hey, and the good thing also while you're enjoying this dish, the fact that Woolworths prawns are responsibly sourced, right? That
Absolutely.
just adds an extra touch of feel good.
Sustainability it's never been more important. You know that saying, there's plenty of fish in the sea? Not really. We gotta look after our oceans.
Not to be fact.
Be responsible about the way we're eating to ensure that young Phoenix, when he grows up, he'll be able to make this dish. It's important. So yes, every single prawn, our seafood is sustainably sourced. We're thinking about the farmer, the fisherman, thinking about tomorrow. That's what we do.
Absolutely.
That's what we do. Okay, cool. This is gonna come to a nice simmer, little bubble. You're gonna see all the flavors are gonna mellow out.
Yeah. Just like that, man.
Yeah, I got some extra on the top just to I like to fry them separately so you get like different layers of flavor of prawn.
Oh, you are just incredible right about now, Chef Clem. Thank you very, very much. You can add the last finishing touches. And of course, if you missed how we made this lovely chaat, take a look at this.